because we have to win the conversation. And let me tell you just briefly what I mean by that. Around the time that I heard President Kennedy's challenge, I also remember growing up in the South for so much of my childhood when the conversation on civil rights was won. Somebody in my circle of friends made some racist comment, and somebody else among my friends turned on him and said, "Hey man, we don't talk like that anymore." And that was in Tennessee. And there were millions of conversations like that. And kids talked to their parents, and parents talked to their representatives and senators. And all across this country, there was an emotional realization that came from winning that conversation. It is wrong to discriminate on the basis of skin color. And that's when those laws began to change. Just last month, I saw a story where a gay couple, two guys, were waiting in a long line to get pizza. Maybe some of you saw the same story. And some homophobe came up to them and made a gay slur. And literally everybody else in that line turned on him and said, "Hey, we don't put up with that. Get to the back of the line." We are winning that conversation. Now ask yourself, just for a moment, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years ago, how likely would you have thought it to be that in the year of 2012 and 2013, we would see the legalization of gay marriage in the United States of America, and 75% of the American people say, "Yeah, that's the right thing to do"? How likely would you have thought that was? I dare say, if some of you don't remember, I do. 5 years ago, most people would have said, "Forget about it. It's not going to happen in our country. The prejudices, the attitudes, the old ways of thinking are just too difficult to overcome. So don't even imagine that that could happen." It did happen because we won the conversation. And we won the conversation because truth and right were on our side. Now we have to win the climate conversation because truth and right and facts are on our side. Now, there are those today who say it is impossible. There are those who say we cannot do it. It's too difficult. I refuse to believe that. Aristotle once wrote, "The end of a thing defines its nature." Were we, God forbid, to not change and to keep on destroying the viability of human civilization on this planet, what would that say about our nature? Who are we? Are we destined to be those who destroyed our own future? Is it our purpose to prove that the combination of an opposable thumb and a neocortex was just a big mistake? I refuse to believe it. I refuse to accept it. We will solve the climate crisis. We need your help. Let's get it done. God bless you and thank you.